Alright guys, today we are installing Windows 11. So maybe you've got a new gaming PC and you want to go to the latest operating system, or at least the latest at the time of this recording. Maybe you just want to go to Windows 11, want to do a clean install so you don't carry over any of the bad crap you may have had in your previous Windows install. Whatever the case is, I'm going to help you out. But before we get started, you're going to need two things to complete this. You're going to need a thumb drive. It has to be 8 gigs in capacity, preferably USB 3, but a USB 2 drive will work just fine. And then in addition, you're going to need a working computer that you can download the Windows 11 Media Creation tool on so that you can create a bootable USB drive to install Windows 11 on. So let's get started. Alright, so first things first, let's get Windows downloaded. So what you're going to do is just go out to any browser that you have and look for the Windows 11 Media Creation tool. And then we're going to click on download Windows 11 from the Microsoft website, and do make sure it's the Microsoft website. Make sure you're not going to Bob's Downloads or something like that. Get yourself a nice virus. And I'll put the link in the description box down below. All right, so once you get to the new page here, all you're going to do is scroll down to the Create Windows 11 Installation Media, and you're going to download that. And make sure that you do that and not do like the Windows 11 Installation Assistant, because that will actually upgrade the current computer that you're on. All right, so once that is downloaded, what you're going to do is go ahead and run the Windows 11 Media Creation tool. And I like to do run as administrator. All right, now that that's there, we're going to go ahead and go through the creation process. So all you need to do here is make sure that you read and understand all of this. Have your attorneys, look it over for you. Make sure you're not giving anything away, and then click accept. If you click decline, you can't create media. All right, and then on the next screen here, you're just going to choose your language in addition. It'll pick up the one that you're actually using already. If you needed to change it, just uncheck this box right here, and then you can change to whatever you needed to. So once we have this selected, go ahead and press next. And then we're going to use a USB flash drive. You can technically use an ISO file and put it on a DVD. We're not going to do any of that. If you did need the ISO file, let's say you're creating virtual machines or something like that, this would be a good way to do that. But we're going to create flash drive, and so we can move this to another computer. All right, so now you need to make sure that the flash drive that you want to use is installed, and then go ahead and select the one that you want to use. Now make sure there's nothing on this flash drive that you need to keep, because during the creation process of the Windows 11 media, it will delete everything that is on that drive. So make sure that there's nothing there that you want to keep. If it is, go grab another flash drive or do what you got to do to save those files, because like I said, it will format and delete everything on the drive before creating the Windows 11 install media. So once you've selected the drive, just go ahead and click next. All right, now at this point, it's going to download and create the media. So all you got to do is kick back, grab a drink, relax, be patient. And if you're under 21 or 18, whatever the drinking age is in your region, make sure it's non-alcoholic, because that's what I was talking about. And if you're wondering if you had a USB 3 flash drive, it would actually run faster, but a USB 2, the difference is probably seconds, not minutes or days or anything like that. So if all you have is a USB 2 flash drive, just use that. It'll be just fine. That's weird. All right, so now that our flash drive is ready, we can hit finish, and now it's time to go ahead and move that thumb drive from your working computer to the computer you want to install Windows 11 on, and we'll boot from that drive and pick up the installation process from there. Okay, now that we booted off the boot drive or the USB drive, we're ready to install Windows. So on this first screen, we have got the language, the time, currency, and format, and the keyboard input. So since I'm US, it's all English and US. So I'm just going to click next, but if you need to, go ahead and click the region that makes sense for you. All right, and then we're going to go to install now. And once again, it takes a few minutes to go through some of the screens, but it doesn't really matter the drive type. It's pretty much a 5-minute install either way. All right, so once again, get your attorney involved, accept the licensing, and then click next. All right, and then for me, I always like to do a custom install of Windows. And then this is why. So when you get a drive, sometimes it has a lot of different partitions on it. For me, these are all like recovery partitions, stuff like that. I'm going to delete them all to create just one, and so I can start over. If you have a brand new SSD, it likely only has one partition on it, but this is actually a laptop I'm installing it on, and so you get a lot of different partitions from different manufacturers. So I'm going to go ahead and delete all of these so that I just have one, and then I will install on there. So we're just going to highlight and delete. And once again, if this is a drive that you used before, doing this is going to remove all the media. So make sure you're okay losing everything on this drive before you complete the install. All right, and so now that I have a brand new unallocated partition, I'm just going to select that and click next. All right, now Windows is going to do its thing. It's going to copy the files, it's going to install everything, and then it's going to walk you through the setup wizard. So we'll give this some time, and through the magic of editing, we'll be back in a moment. All right, now Windows is going to restart automatically for you, or you can click restart now and save yourself about 8 seconds. Up to you. All right, so sorry for the quality here, but my capture card didn't want to play nice with the display driver on this laptop. So we'll go through this and it'll still be the same, but once again, won't look as crisp as the rest of the video, so I apologize. So anyway, as you boot up, it's going to go through the setup phase. So the first thing it's going to do is select your country or region. I'm in the US, so I'm going to click this or select this and click yes. And it's going to ask me about my keyboard layout. Once again, US, so I'm going to say yes. And I don't want to add a second one, so I'm just going to skip. All right, let's connect you to a network. Now here, we don't want to be connected to a network. If we are connected to a network, it is going to then try to make us log in with a Microsoft account. So if you don't want to connect Windows 11 using a Microsoft account, especially if you build PCs to flip, things of that nature, just do not connect to a network and say, I do not have internet. All right, now that it comes to the screen, we're going to go continue with limited setup. All right, now it's going to ask who's going to use this device. You can input your name here, or you can do, some kind of funny name if this is a PC flip. Up to you. All right, once you have the name in there, go ahead and click next. All right, it's going to ask you to create a password. For now, I'm going to skip it, but you should absolutely password protect all of your devices. All right, so now we're at the point where it says choose your privacy settings. Now, for the most part, I turn all of this stuff off. I don't like Microsoft collecting any more data than I have to give them already. So I'm going to turn all of this off. By no means is this going to turn off all the stuff that they gather. However, you can actually use this as a good starting point, and there are other tutorials out there if you want to turn off the rest of the spying that Microsoft and other companies do on you. All right, now that we've pressed next, it's going to go through and do its own little setup thing here. So we'll give it just a few moments to get ready, and we should be presented with the login screen. Okay, and we are back. And so there are a couple things that you're going to want to do after you get to your login screen to make Windows a better experience for you. So first and foremost, go ahead at this point and connect to the internet. You may get a pop-up at some point from Windows saying that, hey, we want to connect your accounts, all this other stuff. Just click on continue with limited setup and you'll be fine if you do get that message. I have not received that message. All right, so the first thing you're going to want to do is install your graphics driver. Now, Windows will give you a basic graphics driver. However, it won't be able to do things like connect to multiple displays or, game, all that other good stuff. So you want to make sure that you go out to the internet, find the driver for your graphics card and install that. Now, the next thing I like to do is go into the apps and remove all the garbage that just a basic Windows install would put on there for you. And you would think it's a default install. It's not, a pre-built where you get all the bloatware, but yeah, Windows does their own bloatware. So to get rid of it on Windows 11, all you're going to do is click on the Windows 11 Start button. From there, you can click on Settings and then Apps. And then from there, Apps and Features. So now you'll see all of the different apps that are installed on your computer by default, and you can go through and remove whichever of these you do not like. There are some, by the way, that you're just not going to be able to uninstall, but for anything that you can, click uninstall and go through the list, get rid of what you don't need, boom, you're all set. All right, and then the final thing I like to do here is to go in and actually turn off mouse acceleration. And this is especially true for a gaming PC because turning off mouse acceleration will help you with that muscle memory instead of having your mouse speed up and slow down depending on how quickly you're moving your mouse around on any given day. So to do that, once again, click on Start. And then we're just going to start typing in the word mouse. And when mouse settings comes up, just click on that. And then from there, we go into additional mouse settings and click on pointer options and enhance pointer precision. That turns off mouse acceleration. Then you just hit OK. All right, and so now you've got your base Windows 11 set up. You're now set to explore and play and all that good stuff. And I appreciate you guys watching. If you have any questions, feel free to leave a comment down below or join the PinkyTech Discord server. And as always, appreciate you watching. I'll see you in the next video.